And yeah, with just a little bit of currency starting from scratch, we got item with greater affix, and this item will increase my toughness by like 7-10%. It's pretty crazy. Hail Kingdom, welcome to Diablo 4 Lord of Hatred. What if I tell you that in this game you don't need RNG to get items like this? At least not crazy RNG. Yeah, in the latest patch we actually got access to nice crafting instrument, horadric cube, and if you just basically use this tool at least a little bit, you can get some nice items. But if you know correct order of things, you can create completely broken and overpowered items. And that's basically what I will explain to you in this video, how to use horadric cube and how to make broken items, how I make broken and powerful items. First of all, let's understand how items work in Diablo 4. Technically, there's 5 types of items. There's basic items without any mods. So if it's armor piece, it will give you armor. If it's a ring, it will give you resist, and if it's weapon, it will give you damage with damage per hit and attacks per second. It will give you DPS basic. Then basic white item can be upgraded to blue item. The only difference is that the blue item will have affixes, or how I call them, bonuses. So for example, this helmet got maximum life. When you get more bonuses, it can become yellow item, or it will become yellow item, no matter what, if you add bonuses. And these bonuses get maximum number, so they got limit and you can have only 4 bonuses on one single item. But also there's some unique powers that you can infuse to your weapons and armors, and they called Codex of powers basically, and they will be over here in imprinted. But also, as you can see, there's a lot more bonuses than just 4 bonuses on this item, and I will explain how to get them. But also there's last version of items, and they called uniques. The difference between unique and legendary item is in power. While you can have this imprinted Codex of Power entries, you can't manually pick what unique power you will get from your item. But you also can create these unique items a lot faster, so if you're hunting for one, it can be pretty fast to get one. And you will learn all of this in the next part of the video that we're starting right now. So let's start with white item. This is not basic white item. This white item got ancestral tag, so it's ancestral chest armor. Ancestral items will have just better rolls, and you will see it in item power. So this item got item power of 900. For example, my armor right now is not ancestral. It got 850 item power and it got 2800 armor only, while this already have a little bit more. Anyway, what to do with a white item? First of all, starting from white item, we can create almost with 100% chance really good unique item. But also one of the ways how you can use it is create unique item from it. To do it, you need to go to horadric cube, just drop your item inside, and then upgrade to unique. You will need pretty rare materials to do it, and basically that's what you do when you're hunting for unique, if you still don't have one. For example, that's how I got Rictus of Terror. In this current patch, uniques can roll different affixes. So previously there was a set of affixes that is always on the item. Right now they are random, and that's why hunting for correct affixes on your uniques is really smart and really important idea. And basically you just drop this, press over here, transmute, and you will get unique item. We don't want to get unique item from this right now because I will show you how to actually make good items right now. So let's start with the white item, and here we get only one choice. Basically forget about everything over here. There's a bunch of rune crafting that you can understand how to do yourself if you need it. Most importantly, you need to understand correct order of options that we take right now to get from here to something like this, at least. Okay, first action is pretty simple. Add affix. And you can add affix to any type of gear, so no matter if it's basic, blue, yellow, or whatever. But if you just add any random affix, first of all it will eat just a little bit of currency, so you can do it a lot. It's not really rare currency, therefore let's try it. And here we are. We get this ancestral magic piece with fortified generation, and that's trash mod for me. I'm not looking for fortified generation at all. Therefore, we can add one more affix, we can do chaotic reroll or remove affix. But if you want to do options like this, don't forget we get new consumables. There's a bunch of tuning prisms over here, and they can affect what you will actually roll, reroll, or they will basically determine outcomes of your crafts. But these items is a little bit more rare than our primordial dusts that used as basic materials for crafting. Therefore, after you do your first step and you added affix, if it's something weird and useless like fortified generation for me, you can just remove affix and do transmute. It will remove affix and now our item back to basic state without any affixes. This move is pretty simple and can be used really easily on interesting situations. For example, we got nice item piece and it is almost perfect, but there's like 2 bad mods. If you get 2 bad mods, it's actually not very cool. And you can remove 1 mod, then get 1 good mod, and we will get perfect item. How? I will explain in the end of this algorithm of making perfect item. But what you need to understand right now is that if we just remove affix right now, it will kinda do a random roll. For example, we need willpower and maximum life, but we don't need fire resistance and resource cost reduction. So it's 50-50 right now if we remove something good or something bad. Let's just roll for fun, and we removed 1 of the bad modifiers. This item can become really good, almost godlike item later, but let's start from scratch again, from Drifter's Tunic. So first step is add affix. And if you get almost no prisms, but you got loads of dusts, you can just continue adding affix and doing remove affix until you hit something good. At this point, we need to hit something good. And even right now, we can use prisms to affect the result. So if we go to stat and materials over here, we will see different stats of our character. For example, core stats. It's basically strength, intelligence, willpower, dexterity. And if we check Adept's Tuning Prism, it can target skill and core stats affixes. Therefore, we got chance to have upgrade for all skills. For example, we may have something like bonus to this exact skill, or we can get core stats. Let's transmute it if we're looking for willpower, for example. And here we got willpower. It's pretty high chance, so that's how you can almost constantly hit what you want as the first affix. This one is core stat affix, therefore it can be affected by prisms, and therefore we got 1 more option right now. So it's chaotic reroll and focused reroll. And now you need to understand how these 2 work to actually affect what's going on with your item. So chaotic reroll will reroll 1 modifier to completely different modifier. And technically you can use this instead of removing affix and adding affix in previous step. Yeah, it's better resource wise. So we can start rerolling. Since you got only 1 affix right now, there is no need to reroll it. But on the next step, it's really nice to understand how they work, because they cost basically the same. But focused reroll will reroll the 1 modifier to another of the same category. However, it will require you to add tuning prism. They are a little bit more rare, as I told you, so they are limited. But if right now I will reroll this with tuning prism, it will reroll in skill and core stats category. So let's reroll to see outcome. We got +3 to Tortured Wretch. Let's do it once again. +3 to Wall of Agony. Let's do it once again. Willpower. So basically, when you got a lot of Adept's Tuning Prisms, you can start rolling on your white item until you hit, for example, +3 to your core skill that you're using, that you actually need upgrade for. And that's basically how it will work. I'm okay with willpower. So next step. Next step is pretty simple, and we just need to add 1 more affix. But right now we can, and we actually want to affect this roll, and we want something good. The best idea right now is to roll something from different category, because if we add random affix right now, we can add bonus to skills, and therefore focused and even chaotic rerolls with tuning prism can focus willpower or skill, and we can't affect result as we wish. But I'm really looking for good armor that will have maximum life. I want maximum life. So we opening stats and checking. Armor and resistance will have, now it won't have maximum life, but defensive modifiers will have. Therefore, Protector's Tuning Prism will affect defensive affixes. Let's use this, and basically we will add something from this list. Boom, we get maximum life. Perfect. At this point you can have 2 outcomes. One is 2 good mods that we got right now. Yeah, we're looking for maximum life, so we got it. Second one, you failed this roll and you got something that we got no use for. For example, you got life on hit and you don't want to have life on hit. Of course, life on hit does not roll on armor, I guess. But anyway, if you rolled something that you don't want from the same category, you just go into focused reroll and start rerolling with tuning prism for another defensive affix until you hit your desired affix, like maximum life, for example. So we got it. Okay, we got 2 good mods. Next step, we want to add 1 more affix. Right now, again, we need to think carefully, and if possible, if it is fine for our build, we want to add something from different category. So if it works, adding something from different category will actually give you ability to then reroll this affix with tuning prism again, and we can do focused reroll, and therefore we can get exactly what we wish. So we will get desired outcome. If you don't have any idea what can roll on your item, then go to occultist and in enchant item slot try to drop the same item piece that you're trying to roll. For example, I'm rolling for armor, and there's a button view all possible affixes, so that's all possible affixes on armor. Basically that's level 2 skills and core stats. Again, it kinda gives you idea what you can roll for. You can't roll for everything on your armor, only for defensive modifiers, defensive skills. Then it's resistances, some random stats that you don't want in most cases. That's offensive stat, and basically we're looking for defensive stat like armor. Resistance is also okay-ish, so we can roll like 2 resistances, for example, or whatever. Anyway, we decide what we want right now, and we can add random affix, or again we can use our prism to add 1 more defensive modifier. Now boom, and we have shadow resistance. Resistance is also defensive modifier, so we can target just resistance with resistance prism, or defensive prism can actually give you resistances. Now we get 1 bad mod. What is our choices right now? Again, if you want to deliberately pick what you wish and just upgrade it to best possible version, one of the options is to do focused reroll. So we will reroll defensive stat, which is shadow resistance, until we hit, for example, armor. But here's a problem. Don't forget maximum life is also defensive stat. So while we're doing this focused reroll, we can actually reroll life on kill or maximum life. And that's not what we want. We want to keep this maximum life. So from the state when your item got 3 mods, the best choice is to actually add 1 more affix. No matter is third bonus, third affix is bad or good. We will add it and hope for armor. Now we get poison resistance. Resistance is fine. Resistance is fine, so our item is almost perfect right now. And what we want to do as the next step, because we got 3 good mods. We got core stats, we got life, we got poison resistance, but we don't have armor. That's the only problematic slot for us. And that's where we do this awesome move. Because we get 3 good mods, our item is basically ready. We go to occultist, place item over here in enchanting bench, and using pretty basic resource, rerolling this life on kill right now. Rerolling bad mod basically. And we will reroll it until we hit something good. So I hit my armor, I'm fine, I'm lucky, and I can like reroll a few more times if I wish to hit something that I want, like higher armor. Why not? It can roll higher. Ta-dam! Starting from nothing, we got pretty cool and powerful item with all affixes we want. What now? Well, now we're going back to cube, and we can do next step. Next step is upgrade to legendary. So we got all mods, maximum mods. Next step is upgrade to legendary. This is a little bit more rare, but I'm not using it a lot. Still, we can do it. What will happen? Well, it will be upgraded to legendary item. Should you do it? It's up to you. Basically, when you're upgrading your item to legendary, it gives item this star with legendary power. And these powers will be stocked in occultist codex of power when you disenchant items. So if I disenchant this item, it will be added in codex of power, and I will be able to imprint the same power on any item. Therefore, again, I'm using aspect of shelter on my tunic right now, and I will do the same for this. Yeah, you need to pay 1 million, a little bit of currency, and you will get basically whatever you wish. So technically there is no point to upgrade your item to legendary, but when you want to upgrade your items to legendary, when they are just random items. So random items can be upgraded to legendary just for fun, and that's how you farm your aspects. That's how you get a lot of aspects, and you can upgrade them pretty easily. So your other items can be better. Anyway, we started with basic white tunic, and now we get this perfect item. Still, we can make it even better. After rerolling bad affix in occultist and getting our codex upgrade, we're going to the next step. Next step will be blacksmiths. So blacksmith, first step will be tempering, and when you're tempering, you will be provided with manual pick of your bonus. If you're just starting out, you may not have all the bonuses, or they will be a little bit lower than I have right now. Basically, you want to farm a little bit, you get recipes, and they unlock you these options. So just play a little bit and you will get these options. Now we can just get more resistance, we can get some utility stuff, but what I like to do, I like to have something like basic bonus to our resistance protection, which is armor on maximum life. So let's go for armor, for example, and we did it. It also rolls inside of the spectre, so from 1.2k to 2k, it's pretty low roll, so we can continue rolling, and I rolled perfect affix. Yes, you can do it, and that's basically how you do it. You just stand here and roll, 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 and roll until you hit your perfect roll. So, these scrolls of restoration will be used when you're out of rerolls. You can reroll a few times, then it will be blocked, and you just use scroll of restoration and continue rolling until you hit your greater affix, which is maximum roll basic. So we get it. Perfect. I remind you, like 10 minutes ago we get basic white item, right now we get greater affix, perfect affixes item. It's pretty crazy. What next? Next option is masterworking. Masterworking is basic upgrade of your item. It will just bump up the numbers on your affixes, so let's just do it. And don't forget, it also bumps number on your item itself. That's why ancestral gear is better than basic gear. It will have just better stats, and this will require you to have Abducite and also souls. You will farm it no matter what. It will require you a little bit of gold, quite a bit of gold, and when you upgrade it to 25%, it's 25% quality, you can do masterwork upgrade. It will masterwork random affix, and it will increase its power. Also, you can reroll it as much as you wish, but it will become harder and harder because it will require you more gold and more resource. Anyway, if you got all perfect affixes, beside poison resistance, it's fine, but it's not what I want. In most cases, you will just hit something good and you will feel great because, well, you get nice bonus on this item. Okie dokie. So, you think this it? No. Can make it even better. Yeah. So, next step is Jeweler. It's super important step, and don't ever forget about it. Don't ever forget that you need to go to Jeweler and you need to add sockets. So, it's super rare material, add sockets only to super good items. We're doing it 2 times for this one. Now we get 2 sockets. Perfect. And that's super important because next step will be last step, but also most important. So last step will make this item unmodifiable in 99% of cases. I heard that there is a chance that it can still be modifiable, but in my experience, I never hit it. So last step is transfigure item. What will happen? Item will have a random bonus, but it will become unmodifiable. That's basically the last step, and if you do it before adding socket, like I did on my offhand, you will never be able to add any sockets. So don't forget sockets at Jeweler. Transfigure item is also can be narrowed by using tuning prisms. There is 2 of them. There is entropic tuning prism that can be used, or Julian tuning prism, which is unique item. It's only usable on amulets, so basically you can't use it on armor, but you can use entropic tuning prism. Here's a problem. It will remove riskiest, but also it will remove most powerful outcomes. For example, my helmet got indestructible transfiguration, and that's the worst outcome it can get. Who cares it's destructible or not? Actually, you can pay just a little bit of gold and restore it anyway. But some of my items got crazy good bonuses. So this got +8 item quality. It's +8% to all bonuses. That's really nice. This item, for example, transfigured into 1 more greater affix, and this one to +10% attack speed. So yeah, it's up to you. Do you want to reduce outcomes, forget about super powerful ones, but get some stable good bonuses, or just remove the prism and see what will happen? Let's try with the prism just for fun, and we got +8% maximum life. And yeah, with just a little bit of currency starting from scratch, we got item with greater affix, and this item will increase my toughness by like 7-10%. It's pretty crazy. And that's how I make my broken items in Diablo 4 Lord of Hatred. Now you can too. Make sure to leave a like and comment to this video if you enjoyed it, and there will be a lot more Diablo 4 content. See you in the next videos.